Well, welcome back to Good Day Big Bear. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, John.
How are you? Well, you're going leprechaun.
Yes. Yeah, I just thought that would be a smart thing for today. I don't know.
Well, it is St. Patrick's Day coming up.
I know. I've learned that doing these shows, you got to stay with all the
You got to keep up to date.
Holidays and everything that come along. So I'm trying to stay in the mood.
Very good. And you're doing this whole Luck of the Irish
exit colors.
Yes, I know. Are you doing the whole Luck of the Irish thing this weekend?
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a shot. I think it would be fun.
And you survived the polar plunge from last weekend.
Holy mackerel, dude! It was an experience of a lifetime. But we had a blast, and it was a lot of fun. And jumping in 32-degree water is, it's an experience that everybody should have.
Yes, at least once, right? Maybe next year you can come out of the helicopter.
Oh man! Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. I would have done that in a heartbeat. To watch those guys jump off of there, that was an amazing.
Speaking of jumping in, we're talking real estate, so jump into the market.
Yeah,
did you like that?
It's a good time. That was.
It is a really good time.
Smooth.
It is a really good time. We've got some interesting stats, and then as promised, we're going to talk about dirt today.
Dirt.
What's the price of dirt due to your home? Real quickly, we're coming to you on March 11th.
Sure.
Yeah, something like that. Something, whatever today is Monday.
It is
totally in the valley, and this is all types of listings. Takes in business and everything. We have 733 listings, and we'll talk about the new under construction. So far, year to date, we've had 212 transactions.
That's amazing.
Now, if you're down in San Diego or watching from some of the big metropolitan areas, that doesn't sound like much.
No.
But for us, that's quite a bit.
It's a good move, considering we finished at 600 and something last, about 678 last year.
Right, for the whole year.
Year before that, we were at about 460 or something. So
you can get all the exact numbers by going to our website. Find a Home in Big Bear is our stat website, and there's a 10-year recap of the real estate market there. Last year, or so far year to date, our sales go from $3,400.
Wow.
$3,400 to $1,965,000, and last year this same date we were our high sale so far had been $3,250,000.
Wow!
So some bigger stuff in the mix last year.
Well, the move is on right now. I think it's safe to say that we have made that bottom turn, and that things are really picking up in all categories.
Definitely seeing,
and the things in the foreclosure and short sale are falling off.
Right.
I think that the resale market is realizing that has been the competition for a long time, and everybody's kind of come to their senses that it's really not going to get any different, and now's the time to do it. So last week we talked about people that want to list your home and get it out there. This is a prime time to do it. Nearing the end of winter, get you out on the market, get people looking at it, and realizing that you are out there, and as according to all of our stats, and I mean all of our stats, that this is a prime time for first-time buyers to get out there and get involved, and take a look at it. It's a good opportunity for you, as I said last week. So I'm going to hold strong to that this week as well.
Good. And all last week, well, actually last probably 10 days, and it's weird to talk about real estate in days.
Yeah.
For a trend.
Yeah.
We're used to saying, well, for the last 4 years, but now it's happening in days. In the last 10 days, a lot of conversations about banks loosening up a little bit.
Yes.
Realizing they got to let go of some of that money they got from the Fed.
Well, I think that the real thing that they're doing is they've really kind of cleaned up the foreclosure and the short sale market. And so with that kind of behind them, and realizing, I mean, logically, if you think about it, would you invest your money in a declining market?
No, of course not.
So now that we have seen this bottom turn and that we see things are starting to pick up, and I mean, just think of it this way, folks. From this point on, it's only going to cost you more to buy a house.
Sure, long you wait.
You might as well, if you're in the market to do that, then this is a prime time to do it.
I'm sorry. I was going to add, and just to back that up, for example, we only have 13 short sales listed in the entire valley. And foreclosures are about the same, aren't they? 20 something?
Foreclosures are in the same boat. They're 29 listed. 29 sold and 29 listed. So that's a pretty good even keel there. So still 13% of those were cash. So 45% cash buyers still.
That's edging up a little bit more this year.
Yeah. And but still, if you're looking at the way the market is, 29 foreclosures compared to the 100 and so we had a year ago and 2 years ago, it was astronomical numbers. So you can see that those things have tapered off.
Right. And we do have more folks getting into the residential market, retail. We've got 353 listings. which is up about 50 or 60 from
60
last
from
week.
last week.
Yeah.
So I think that people are realizing, this is the time you're seeing this. So, as we've said along those same lines, with the thing that we're really seeing getting into the dirt end of it is that we have some new construction going out there.
Yeah, we've got four new construction listings from $425,000 to $2.5 million.
Right.
And that's built houses being built right now.
Right, exactly. And what you're going to see now, because our lower end market is starting to decline, the 100 and 200,000 range, then you're going to see more construction coming into line here. What we're seeing right now, dirt itself a year ago was what did we have that at 143 a square foot, and today is now for 509. So
that's on solds. That's
on
not listed. That's sold.
Yeah, and that's why I'm giving you that number, simply because it is the sold items that I work from. I don't, you can ask anything you want in the world. It's
That's
what
right.
you get. So, but our range, the interesting ranges last year, the average selling square foot was 85,000. This year it's 13,000. So, which means we're getting into that smaller. The lots are selling with that in mind, and that means as you know, we don't have a building department up here right now. They kind of come from San Bernardino one day out of the week to get your inspection. But Bill George does a great job.
Yes, he
we
does.
stand behind you, Bill. But the idea is as you see this happening and as our market is climbing, last week we were at $4.57 a square foot for dirt, and now we're at $5.09
in 1 week.
So in one week's time.
Yeah.
So all these are indicators that the market is getting better, and that eventually, when I say eventually, I would say probably in another 2 months, you're going to see a lot of those contractors out there picking up property, starting to build those smaller 800,
Pop it into that new
900,000.
construction listing.
Absolutely, because for the most part, if that's going to start taking place and we don't have a big $100,000 and $200,000 market available to the people right now, they're going to be looking at those, and I guarantee you they'll sell before they ever get finished.
Well, and our dirt up here is kind of interesting. You if you live down somewhere where they just keep building and building and building, we're surrounded by national forests, so our number of sites is finite. There can only be so many homes built here, and we're starting to see tear downs becoming more valuable because they have the water, they have all the hookups already done.
And the teardowns come into play simply because it costs so much money to do your hookups. I mean, a water meter in Bear Lake right now is going to cost you somewhere in the range of between $15,000 and $20,000 minimum
before you put anything up.
Before you even put a shovel in the ground.
Exactly.
All right? And the same thing with your sewer hookup, same thing with your electrical. So if you buy a house that's already there, and you're going to add on to it, you've already got your water meter. You've already got these things in place. So that's why
we're starting to see a lot of that turnaround. Contractors going back to work. And the other thing about some of our homes in some of the rural areas, horse properties, or of course, a 50 by 50 square foot lot's not much of a horse property.
Exactly.
It's pony or something. There are restrictions on how close you can be to somebody else's water connections, or well, or septics, or what like that.
Yeah.
So, as we say every week, no matter whether you use us here at Exit Realty, which we
prefer that you do.
We're okay with that. Yes, that's perfectly fine. And the number's somewhere on the screen here, I'm sure. Get a professional to help you.
Yes.
Some people go out and they say, oh, here's a for sale by owner, a lot. Boy, it looks dirt cheap. Let's do that. And then you find out you really can't do anything with it.
Yes. And get yourself an agent in Big Bear that knows what Big Bear is about, what you're buying. Get the stats and the details on the areas that you can buy in. We're just a little more informative than people that come from down the hill. So be in contact with us.
We were just at a meeting about appraisers.
Yes.
And they use a term that I think has to apply to everybody. You need somebody who's geographically competent.
There you go.
Because there's no substitute for experience in the market you're trying to get into.
Absolutely. So if you'd like to get involved in this market and we can help you in any way that you would like, please give us a call at 909-878-0522, or you can contact John or myself at our website, which is exitrealtybigbear.com.
And for all the stats, find a home in Big Bear is where you want to go. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week
with more information. Next week we'll probably get into Bear City.
Bear City.
Yeah, Bear
Oh,
City.
that's a changing area too.
It's a
That's
very
whole
big
different
changing
thing.
area,
See you
so
guys next week.
have a good day.
Bear City, they got the airport and all the commercial and all kinds of stuff.